Hi, this is Joe Stoll, and you're listening to GetMoreStrength.org. You know, we hear a lot today about life with no boundaries. We got to think again about that. God has a better way. Think about Psalm chapter 1 where he says, don't walk in the counsel of the ungodly, but the happy person delights in the law of the Lord. In case you haven't noticed, we live in a no-holds-barred, do-your-own-thing world. We have been force-fed on the thought that we exist to experience pleasure, that the pursuit of happiness and personal fulfillment should not be restrained, especially by Bible-thumping religious folk who want to control and oppress the world by calling people sinful every time they try to have fun. But I keep asking myself, if life in the unrestrained pleasure lane is all it's cracked up to be, why aren't people happier? How distorted is it that we call binge-drinking pleasure or sex on demand fulfilling? What are we saying about ourselves when life as we want it to be is so empty that we have to escape reality by drugging ourselves? Peter Kreeft was onto something when he observed, if we were not so bored and empty, we would not have to stimulate ourselves with increasing dosages of sex and violence, or just constant busyness. He continues, here we are in the most fantastic fun and games factory ever invented, modern technological society, and we are bored like a spoiled rich kid in a mansion surrounded by 1,000 expensive toys. Could it be that we're missing something? Well, the psalmist wrote, happy is the one who delights in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. He's like a tree planted by the streams of water, which yields its fruit in its season. Its leaf doesn't wither. Whatever he does, it prospers. As strange as it may sound, true happiness is not rooted in life beyond the boundaries, but rather in the sweet confines of God's wisdom. Contrary to popular opinion, God's ways are anything but oppressive edicts to make sure that we never enjoy life. The reality is that his laws are the key to deep and authentic happiness. Life is far more enjoyable when we don't lie to each other, when we don't sleep with each other's spouses, when we don't steal, when we don't covet, when life is not always about us, but about the needs and interests of others, when we give, and when we forgive. That's when life starts to take on some meaning. We should have had a clue about this from the beginning. Satan used the notion that God was oppressive in his very first assault on our ancient ancestors, Adam and Eve. Though they were enjoying life at its best with God in Eden, Satan offered them what he said was a better plan, the good life on their own terms. They bought the lie, and he slithered away, leaving them alone in their shame and regret. How often you and I have bought the same lie? Well, sign me up for the Slow Learner Club. Because God loves you and wants you to live a life that is blessed. He told you how you could get there. Bravo for his boundaries.